All protocols observed. My name is Aileen Jepkurui, law students at the University of Nairobi, Mombasa campus. And my first question would be, with the recent over-sexualization of women in power, how then do we, as young people who want to take up these spaces, fight this? Being you went before us, you tackled it, how then do we proceed? And the second question is, how did you feel being as a justice now when you're practicing with the Sexual Offences Act and it's something you enacted? How does it feel? Thank you.
Thank you. Perhaps Lady Justice can answer those four, and then we'll take the next set of three.
Thank you. Let me just start with the last question. So as a judge of the Supreme Court, of course, we do have cases that come before us that touch on the Sexual Offences Act. But what I always say is I brought a proposal to Parliament called the Sexual Offences Bill. It was amended quite heavily by members of Parliament, and it was passed by the National Assembly of Kenya. So although people call it the Njoki Bill, actually it's an act of Parliament. And it's not my act, it is an act of Parliament. So just like any other law that would come with questions or jurisprudential issues, I don't find that there is a conflict. When I sit with my colleagues, the 7 of us, we strictly apply the law. I now don't go into the background, you know, this is what I did, people went to Barbados, you know. Yeah, so it's the law is a Kenyan law. The proposal to bring the law was mine, but the law itself was enacted by Parliament. You heard what I said earlier about brain power and bottom power. I think young women is something you need to take quite seriously. So it's something when I was a young activist that we took fairly seriously. And then I think the generation which was behind me, we started getting the slay queens and that kind of language. I don't know what happened in the millennials. I don't know which generation you belong to. But I can see the Gen Zs are becoming a little bit more militant, and I'm hoping that that language and the behavior of bottom power versus brain power is a thing of the past. But I think for one to be taken seriously, one must engage what you have from your neck up and not from your neck down, and be very, keep those values. People don't forget. And if you go astray, people also don't forget. Yeah? So I think that's important. I think there are many young women leaders who are speaking out, who can be clearly heard, and who are not in the subset of the bottom power. So I want to encourage you to go in that direction.